Okay, like many of you, I'm bottled up at home. We're in isolation because of the coronavirus. And one of my heroes is Bruce Simpson. He's from XJet. He's currently, he's got a channel called XJet. He's currently looking back through his stored video to develop stuff to put online for you, keep you all entertained. And I did the same thing. Now, this particular video occurred at the Maunu Reserve in Whangarei on Friday the 30th of March 2018, so it's an Easter weekend. This particular video is probably the moment when I realised that whenever I have an interaction with somebody, it pays to pull your phone out and record it, because you just never know what's going to happen. Anyway, I went to the Maunu Reserve and I had three reasons to visit. I had a developing interest in 2018 in flying model aircraft, and I'm aware that in the Maunu Reserve there's a lower field. This lower field is well down the back and out of the way of any other potential members of the public, as well as out of the way of any other aircraft that could possibly be flying around. And I had a vague memory in my past of encountering somebody else flying an aircraft on that lower field. So I wanted to visit and just check out whether or not there was a possibility to fly there, and just have a general look around. Now, the other reason to visit Maunu Reserve is I'm a member of the New Zealand Motor Caravan Association. I've never been to a AGM, and I've never been to a rally. Personally speaking, I don't have a political interest in the operation of the New Zealand Motor Caravan Association, and camped cheek by jowl with a large number of others didn't seem to appeal much either. And I just wanted to go in and introduce myself and get a bit of a feel for what they do at a national rally, just to see whether or not I might want to attend one in the future. The third reason for going to this site was as a result of my work. I'm associated with people who work at the Whangarei Hospital, and large numbers of the people who work at the Whangarei Hospital actually live in the Maunu area. And I'd had several conversations with people that were very interesting. The feedback I was getting was that these people were being turfed out of a public reserve, and the gentleman doing the turfing was either very assertive or downright rude, depending on who you spoke to. And these people were a little bit perturbed that they had no idea that the reserve was actually close to the public. Anyway, you will see from the following video a discussion that occurred, and you can draw your own conclusions. There's some questions as we go through the video, and anybody who's in the know here, I'd like you to comment in the commenty bit down the bottom, just to give me a little bit more background on what had actually occurred here with respect to the Whangarei District Council.
Yes, sir. How are you? Yeah, good as gold.
Did the other van, two came in?
Yeah.
Yeah, one got sent right down the bottom.
Yeah, well, she wants to register, she said. Is that right?
Oh, a friend said she just wanted to go to the AGM.
Oh,
Yeah.
and she got sent right down the bottom.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Any vans that are staying here, they go in here to these guys. They get parked in here.
Yep.
They'll stay here.
And and ones who are just going to the AGM,
Just
they park just over there.
Okay.
Yep, that's the story.
Question I've been asked a few times now, people from the public are coming in tomorrow to have a look around. Where are they going to be parked?
Well, if it's an open day,
Oh, right.
mainly
Yeah.
open day people are going to be parked on the hill there. But
How are they getting in there?
well, the gate will be open when we've got
this
open
gate?
day. No, there's another gate up there.
There's another gate up there,
Yeah.
they'll be parking up
But
there.
but we've still got this area here, and I don't know whether that isn't going to get used for, certainly anybody who comes in and who wants to come for the open day and they've got a mobility issue or something.
But the other, the gate open for
Open day is going to be up there. Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Big pardon, sorry?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Can I come in and walk?
No,
Why's that?
apparently not. Only on open day.
Okay.
And
But
open
I
days,
thought,
open
I thought
days,
this
Saturday and
park was a
Sunday.
public park.
Yeah, but we've leased the whole place for the weekend and all during the past week since Sunday night,
Right.
and it's leased until Tuesday.
Right. How can you lease a public park?
Well, very easily you can lease a town hall, you can, whatever. The thing is, a building, a site like this, they have to be able to make money out of it. And one of the ways of making money is to have something like this here, which will bring in way over $1 million to Whangarei.
Yep.
And
No, that's all right. I'm not arguing with that point.
No,
They
no,
don't actually have to make money out of the site. You know why?
yeah,
Because the Agricultural and Pastoral Society
yeah,
gave them Kensington Park
yeah,
in return for the council actually purchasing this property as a public park
yeah,
and allowing the Agricultural and Pastoral Society to have their summer show here free
yeah, yeah,
every year.
yeah. And
Yeah.
they've still got a piece of land down the bottom here.
Actually, it's all Barge Park as far as I'm aware.
Well, there's a piece down there that we haven't got. So it's not part of what we've got.
Yeah.
And and it's got all the horse jumps and things like that
That's
in
right.
there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, but that's the story. And so we've been having to deal with some fairly irate people. They've been buddy shouting at us, giving us the finger, buddy, all that sort
Actually,
of thing.
I'm not surprised because actually it's a public park.
Yeah, but it's closed to the public. And
Yes,
one of the reasons
you can close something to the public. I agree with that. You can do that.
Yeah.
But to do that, you've got to go through a proper process.
we
of,
have 4 notices in the newspaper, which
Right.
cost thousands of bloody dollars.
Right.
And one of the main problems as we see it is the council hasn't got a couple of big closed signs to put on there.
That's right, because that's actually a requirement as well. If you're going to close something, you actually need to signpost it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing, just to complicate things, of course, is when the marquee's going up,
Yeah.
the whole place is a construction site. Just to add. Yeah, so everybody has to have high vis on and all that bloody stuff. High vis, closed shoes,
Yeah.
normal nonsense.
Yeah.
And so,
Around the construction site itself. Yeah.
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 Well,
That's-
as well as the big marquee, there was about 7 or 8 small ones going up around the place. So the whole place was deemed to be a construction site, and there was power guys. We've put in I don't know, somewhere around about 50, 60 power points
Right.
have been dug in, and
Right.
so there were power trenches all over the place and stuff like that.
So you have gone through the process of actually officially closing this to the public.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh yes.
And yet you've still got members of the public coming in and saying, well, why can't I walk my dog or
I don't
fly
read
my aeroplane or whatever?
I don't read the paper or.
Well, I don't either. In fact, I don't even get the paper.
No. Well, lots of people are like that.
That's why
They're
I
on
was
their
that's why I was
phone
so
or whatever.
perplexed to see that sign there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I expected if it was closed, there would be a council sign saying the thing's closed
Yeah.
by order of the council.
They were asked. And I spoke to Paul Dell, who used to work at the council here. He's now living down Bay Plenty. He's here. And I said, why didn't the council have big closed signs to go up?
Yeah.
He said, I don't know. And there was definitely a request for them, but it hasn't happened. But yeah, so it's made our job on security here a little bit more difficult. That's
Yeah,
it.
I can imagine, because you've got members of the public just like me walking in here, and my expectation is this was still a public property, piece of public property.
Yeah, but that's the reason why. And all we can do is say to people, look, if you've got a complaint, no use complaining to us, council. They're the people. You can go and complain to the council. But we can tell you what you'll get. You'll get the answer that this place it costs a lot of money to maintain, and you guys walking your dogs don't pay for it. Oh, we pay rates. I said, I pay rates too.
They do pay rates, so do I.
Yeah. But rates isn't enough to run the place.
Well, the point is they don't need to run the place, because it was actually done as a deal. The council actually got all of Kensington Park free from the agricultural and pastoral people.
Yeah.
So this was actually purchased so that the summer show could be done, and there was a deal done with the agricultural and pastoral people that when they weren't doing their summer show, this was a public park.
That's right. Yeah, but they
don't need to make money off of it.
Well, there is. They've got to maintain it.
Yeah.
Who pays for the mowing? The rates
do.
What?
The rates do.
Yes, I know. But if they don't make some money out of this place on the side, then your rates will go up. Simple as that.
Yeah, well, I don't mind them making money on the side, but if they want to actually, and there's no reason why. In fact, they have horse events here, and they don't close it to the public when those are occurring.
No, possibly not. It's certainly not a construction site.
No, that's true.
Even though horses are probably more dangerous than the construction
I agree with that. Yeah. That's another point entirely. Yeah.
No, that's right. So
they don't close it to the public during those periods of time. I'm just really surprised they not only closed it to the public for you guys, but they didn't actually put any signage up.
Well, they haven't got a sign.
That's right, yeah.
That's the story we hear. But anyway, it was all done officially.
If you were paying them thousands of dollars, you would have thought that a couple of hundred of that would have gone to the creation of a sign to put at the front gate. Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah. But trouble is, maybe they've said, oh well, it's not going to be ongoing. We had one guy and he said, oh yeah, well I guess that's all right. It's not going to happen every Easter, is it? And I said, no. Right. Next Easter we're at Gisborne. The Easter after that we're at Oamaru. I said
that's
we
cool.
go.
But it leaves you in an awkward situation, because if somebody comes in here and insists on being able to access a public park, what are you going to do? Call the police?
Yes.
Yep. But what are they going to do? Trespass them? How can a person
if they get onto the council? Yes.
Yeah. How can the council trespass a person from a public park?
Very easily, apparently. I don't know the finer points of the law on it, but
I would think that they might find themselves in an awful lot of hot water if the signage isn't adequate.
Yeah.
And whoever, if they march that person away, place them under arrest, whoever does that might find themselves in the can for detaining somebody without an authority. Yeah. Imprisoning somebody falsely. Whoa, that's serious. Yeah.
Could do. But we've come across this problem before, because we do it every year. Yeah. We lease somewhere every year. Right. And race courses, all sorts of things.
Yeah, now see if you were doing it, say, at the Ellerslie racecourse, that's actually a piece of private property. So you are entitled to lease a piece of private property. But if you actually lease and then close a piece of public property, there's some specific rules that need to be followed.
Yeah, and they've all been followed.
From your perspective?
Oh, from the council's perspective.
Well,
we've just had the mayor open the place, I mean.
Right, that's fine, but what I'm saying is
she's right behind her.
I agree. I think it's a good idea, but there's no sign at the gate.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. And hopefully, we've just had the mayor open the place, I mean.
Right, that's fine, but what I'm saying is
she's right behind her.
I agree. I think it's a good idea, but there's no sign at the gate.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. And hopefully for the people next time, they'll know. But I mean, there's been signs at other places where we've been.
Yep.
You know, we've been to probably 20, 25 of these events over the years.
You do them every year.
And every year is different. Every person running it is a different person, a different area, and yeah, some places are private, like race courses. Some places are like this. Some places are an aerodrome. You know, we've had every substantial sized place you can sort of think of that we've had as you know, for running it from. But this is our problem. Where else can we run it? There's no private place where we can run this in Whangarei. So if the council wants to have it in Whangarei, I mean, Kensington Park was deemed to be not an option. Ruakaka Racecourse is too far from town. It's too small now. We have had one at Ruakaka Racecourse. We have one at Kaikoui at the AMP, or I don't know. I think it's the horse people who own the one at Kaikoui.
Yeah,
just north the side of Kaikoui.
Probably do.
And yeah, we had one there. And but
so how many grumpy people have come in and had a go at you?
Yeah, probably 100.
Oh goodness, 100.
Yeah.
100 grumpy people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well,
some of them.
Well, the next question I'm going to ask you: do you think it might be a good idea for you to ring the council and get them to come out here and put a sign up, because you might get another 100 grumpy people today, another, you know, and then
I would think you'll find.
Then you're up to 200 grumpy people.
No, we're getting less and less now because the people who come in regularly know, you know. But you see,
Yeah, I'm not one of those regular people, so I didn't know.
No.
Okay, yeah,
No.
I'll accept that.
But the riding for the disabled, for instance, they go right down through here and out the other side.
Yeah.
So they're allowed down.
Yeah.
You know.
What about the guys that fly their model aeroplanes down the bottom? No.
No.
Not allowed to do that.
Not allowed down there. Not allowed to go down there.
Oh, okay.
If they come in from the back way, they're still. We've got all the land right down to the fences at the back.
Oh, okay. Because you can get down the back by going in through the museum complex and walking down the back.
Yeah, you can go. You can walk down. Nothing we can do about that. And you know, if people walk in the back gate there, we can't stop. I mean, some people climb over the wall down here.
Yeah.
We've got that. There's two gates here. We've left the one in the corner open, but the one in the middle, we've got a lock on there. Right. But people have got a strategically placed rock each side. They can actually
hop
step
over.
over.
They've obviously been doing it on a regular basis then.
Oh, well, the gate's normally open.
Yeah.
Somebody put a couple of cable ties on it, and I just went over to the gate and went like that, and they both broke off. So I put a chain and padlock on it. But yeah. There's always problems of some sort whenever you have an event this size. Something turns up and it's a pain in the arse.
Well, I'm going to make a recommendation to you that you actually get hold of the council and get them to come out here and put a sign out, because you're going to have a whole bunch of grumpy people, and they're not going to be grumpy at the council necessarily. They're going to be grumpy because you're wearing an NZMCA badge and all of the signage is NZMCA, and just like me, I perceived that it was you unofficially closing a public park for your own purposes.
Yeah.
And that's a perception thing that you will end up wearing unless you actually get the council out here and put a sign up.
Well, the chance of getting the council here to put a sign up at the moment will be absolutely nil.
Well, okay, that's cool, but it might be something that you might like to carry forward as a recommendation to your national office, that if you're doing this kind of thing in a public environment again, it should be something that should be done. Yeah,
but it just wasn't followed up. It was asked for, it just wasn't followed up.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Because it basically puts you guys in a poor light.
Well,
really
yes,
does.
But I'm not even on the committee. Yeah, I'm only on sort of in charge of security here.
Yeah.
And that was only dumped on me a bloody month
at the last
ago.
minute. Yeah.
And then I went overseas for 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah.
And
so you're in an awkward situation probably, that they're asking you to do security, but you've actually probably got no powers to secure anything in actual fact.
No, but well, we've got powers.
all you can actually do is observe.
We can lock the gate.
Yeah, you can lock the gate and you can observe, and if anything you observe that doesn't impress you, you're basically obligated to ring the police.
Yeah, but what you've got to remember is
this is a public place.
Everybody has obeyed the rules so far. It's a public place, but it's not because it's shut. And all the notifications have been done.
I think that's probably just because Kiwis are normally fairly happy, easy-go-lucky kind of people.
I had a couple of Germans in here before,
yeah,
and they were all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most, as I say, most people are all right, and they say, "Oh, look, I don't read the paper." And
that's cool.
Okay.
Well, just as if to sign this discussion off, which has been rather interesting. Can I ask that you pass that recommendation on to the National Office?
It has already been passed on.
Okay, cool, all right, cool.
Yeah,
when you do this kind of thing in a public park and you're closing it to the public, for God's sake, make sure that the public is aware of it and it's not you arbitrarily closing it. You, I mean, the NZMCA.
How do you make sure that the public are aware, apart from spending thousands of dollars on newspaper ads?
Well, I'm going to suggest to you that a newspaper is probably not an appropriate way to do it now.
Well, there's no appropriate way to do it now.
Yeah, well, there is actually.
How?
You put a jolly big sign right at the front gate.
I agree.
This park is closed for the NZMCA rally by order of council.
In actual fact, a good idea would be to have that out a week before. This is going to be
shut. Yeah.
Ideal.
Come in?
Yep, you can come in right now.
Right, cool.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. You've got your membership card.
There you go.
You're allowed in. I'll tell you the reason why you're allowed in. It's AGM today, and any members, of course, can come to AGM.
Oh, okay. What's the story tomorrow and Sunday, and Monday?
Open day.
Oh, open day
for the public.
Oh, okay. Right. So that's
gold coin donation, but it's purely a donation.
Both days, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
What's happening on Monday?
Pass. It's not open.
Because Monday's
day.
a holiday, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. I'm not due back at work till Tuesday.
Yeah, we only have, quite often we only have one open day to the public, but this year we've got two apparently. That's what the committee have decided, and so that's the way it is. But no, Monday we're closed, just like last Monday. Last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've been here since Sunday night.
Oh, right.
Dealing with people, and
so that's Sunday last week. Sunday night.
Yeah. I've been here nearly a week.